Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Go Smart. My name is Sangram Mohanty and today I am going to discuss about Spark API Connect in Spark 4.0. Now Spark 4.0 has brought a lot of features, be it in working with Spark SQL, be it Apache Spark Arrow. There is a new feature called Spark API Connect, by which you can connect to a given server, run your Spark application. So to now, what does Spark API Connect able to manage? This is my to understand that this. Let's go through this PPT. I have a client, a Windows machine, where I am running my Spark application, and I'm starting my driver here, and I have the workers at a cluster in a different cluster in a Linux node. Now I am trying to connect the client with the cluster with Windows machine with the Linux, that is driver node is connecting to the class to the worker nodes present in the Linux node. So this can be achieved using Spark API Connect. Spark API Connect supports all of the three features, be it local mode. If you want to run an application in a local mode, it can run, be it client mode, and be it in a cluster mode. You can submit your application in all of the three ways. Okay, let's go to the application, Spark application that I have created. Now this is a simple Spark application where I am setting the Spark API mode to connect and setting the gRPC binding of my local machine. First, initially it is a Windows machine, so I've given the IPA, and the binding port can be any port. Now experts say that the binding port should be 15002, but what I have tested it is can be set to any of the port. Now set the disable.fallback to true, so that if the gRPC binding doesn't work, then it should not fall back to the local mode. That is why I've set this option to true. And the catalog, Spark catalog, I have set it to delta. Okay, and this is a simple Spark application where I am creating a data frame and showing the data frame. And if the connection doesn't happen, then it will print that the connection to the Spark cluster hasn't happened. It's going to fail to connect to the Spark cluster, and finally ending with the sparks, stopping the Spark. So this is first I am setting up testing it with my own Windows machine, whether it is working or not. Okay, let's check it out. Now how do I submit the Spark application? Just type Spark submit. It's all up to you. Like you can give the master node, like -, master, then the master endpoint, Spark submits, and my module name. Okay, this has got completed. This is able to print this data frame, and it has, let's check it out. Yeah, so this has one worker node. Earlier I had configured this this master with one worker node only, and it got completed within 5 seconds. Okay, so this is a local mode. I'm running it in a local mode. Now let's test it out whether this is working with in a cluster mode. Like I am going to submit this application to submit this application to a given cluster, whether it is working in the cluster mode or not. Let's do it out, comment it, and simple change the gRPC binding address to my cluster. In the cluster, this is my Linux cluster, Linux node, and I have already started my master node here. As you can see, it has a master node, and yeah, this is just only a master node, and I can also start the worker node also. One worker node I can start. Now it can be the web port will be 4. Yeah, it has successfully started. Let me see that. It didn't had any workers. Now it is going to have one worker. Yeah, it's correct. Now let's check it out whether this connection is the Spark API connect is able to connect to this master node or not. This is the master node. Okay, let's check it out. Set up in a different, this is a different machine. Okay, let's go to the terminal again. Yes, this also works, and let's check that, verify. Like yeah, the data frame has got completed, and there was one worker node. I think you will find it here. Okay. There's one thing that I want to highlight here. Although we are setting the Spark API mode to connect, but it's not able to set it up in Spark 4.0. Not sure why, but the application is running, but it's not working as expected. You can say it's a user warning. You can see it's a user warning. It's a warning and failed to set the Spark API mode to Spark to connect. This is a Spark 4.0. Let me show you. Yeah, this is, you can see the version is Spark 4.0. Although in this article you can see it is written like you need to set up the by setting the Spark API mode to connect, you can establish a connection with the given server. Although the application is running in cluster mode and in the client mode, both of them are running fine, but it is not able to set the Spark API mode. This is one thing, one observation I saw in the Spark 4.0. But it is still working. You are able to connect to the given node, to the Linux node, and able to connect to the master and execute the application. It was able to do that also. Yeah, this is how we have verified both the local mode as well as the cluster mode. Now let's do something different. Now set the client mode. How do I set the client mode? Now in this PPT you can see that my driver node is going to be in the client and my worker nodes are going to run in the Linux machine. Okay, so you via that, let's see whether it is running fine or not. Okay, let's before that click in the cluster mode. You can see the output. Yeah, it got completed. Okay, now let me stop this master node. All right, this got stopped. Okay, this has also stopped. Now what I'm going to do is just simple change. Okay, I'm going to establish the worker with the master node, master that is running in my Windows machine. I'm going to register that. Yeah, it is working now. Earlier it had one worker node, now it will have two worker nodes. You can see one alif, now I will make it two alif. Yeah, you can see two alif now. Okay, now let's see whether it is working. Now both the cases I'll see. Let me first submit the Spark submit normally like this, and there's one more way using specifying the master node. Okay, let's say master is okay. Can it out and enable this one. That's going to be my IP address 07. All right, now let's see whether it is okay. I have configured the master node. I'm going to submit the application. Yeah, it got completed. Let me see it. It was only 4. That should be. We got no problem. Oh, it is running. It's running. Okay. Yeah, it was able to do. It was able to connect. You can see this is the output we got. It had 2 cores, and you see, check the workers here. 37487, 37487. Yeah, and yeah, 37487, and that may be one or yeah. You can see the 005. It got completed in 17 seconds. Yeah. All right. Yeah, this was able to achieve both client mode as well as the cluster mode as well as in the local mode. So we have verified all the 3 using Spark API Connect. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, do subscribe my channel. Do comment out for any queries. I'll be happy to assist. Thank you everyone.